everyone. Thanks for joining us on another Kid-Free Weekend. I'm Jeff.
I'm Jennifer.
And this is maybe, but not quite the last bit of our San Diego Comic-Con special coverage.
Oh.
But just as a reminder, if anyone has only listened to this one, not covering San Diego Comic-Con the way we thought we would. And we sort of been slowly slogging our way through it because what we had intended to be lots of audio went to hell. So.
Right. Well.
Yeah.
We got this, right?
Yes. And I think we're also going to do a little Comic-Con wrap-up. So we'll just talk about that in detail there. But we have one more piece of audio to share with you guys. We just had a few audio bits. You had the Impractical Jokers press conference.
Somebody out there knows who stole our stuff.
I know. And we're going to find that person someday.
And get our stuff back.
You had the Impractical Jokers press conference. We also posted some audio from the guys at Factory Entertainment, and there was one more person that we got a short interview with on the convention hall exhibit floor. Do you want to introduce?
Yes, we were walking on the exhibit floor on preview night, and we happened to run into an artist actually painting out on the floor, and what he was painting was he was enhancing Star Wars pictures at the time, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And so we stopped to talk to him, and he was kind enough to let us interview him, and he gave us lots of good information about his background and where he came from, and he just gave us a wealth of information about how I don't want to say corporate artists get work and things like that, but it was quite interesting.
Well, he does a wide variety of art, but he
works for Disney and
yeah, he gets these licensing deals, and it was pretty cool stuff.
Beautiful artwork. So anyway, his name is Christopher Clark. Mm-hmm. You can find him at ChristopherClarkArt.com, or I don't know, it says all things social on his card, but hashtag Christopher Clark Art, which we will post
that's an interesting way to sort of. It's a different take on social media stuff. It appears that Christopher Clark has not actually made a social media account, but encourages people to use the hashtag on maybe Instagram or Twitter, maybe Facebook. You can use hashtags there. It's just people don't as much. But it looks like the idea there is you can just click on a hashtag that you see, and you'll see all the posts that people have made about Christopher Clark art, but there's without all the mess of having to maintain an account. It's not a terrible idea.
Sure.
It's unique. Well, maybe it's not unique. I don't know. I haven't seen it before, but that doesn't mean it's not out there.
It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag thekidfreeweekend.com.
What?
No.
Put a .com in the hashtag?
I don't know. No, not .com.
So he's ChristopherClarkArt.com.
He is Christopher Clark Art. I'm sorry, hashtag Christopher Clark Art or ChristopherClarkArt.com is where you can buy his art direct.
Right. And we'll post a link to his website in the show notes.
He was very arty looking.
He was very arty looking.
Yes.
Yes.
Quite handsome.
Hey.
Take a look at him on his website, yes.
Are there pictures of him on his website?
I don't know.
Have you been there a lot? Staring into his eyes, his photographed eyes?
Maybe. Anyway.
Yes.
Here's his interview.
Yeah, I don't know that we have anything else to add because I think, we said a lot in the interview. And
just listen because it's interesting.
We had a couple snapshots of that booth, so
yes.
I think we can put those in the show notes too.
We do.
All right. Mm-hmm. And for all the rest of the San Diego Comic-Con coverage, you want to go to actually podofthrones.com because that's the nicer website of the two right now. thekidfreeweekend.com exists, but podofthrones.com has a section just devoted to all of our SDCC 2017 coverage.
Even though it's not all Pot of Thrones.
It's not all Game of Thrones stuff. It's just a better place to put it.
Right.
Yep. And here's the interview. All right, so we're here with Christopher Clark. We came out of the Factory Entertainment booth, and then we were amazed by all this Star Wars art that we want to talk about. And then right here, you're painting right now.
Standing right here painting. How about that?
It's amazing.
What are the odds?
We did not expect that. So right now you're painting a picture. Jennifer, you took a picture of this?
I did, yes.
Right, so this painting is called The X-Wings of the Resistance.
Right,
it was actually my first painting licensed through Lucasfilm. Basically, I paint the original oil paintings, and then once Lucasfilm approves them for publishing, we make prints of them that we can sell at shows and in galleries and stuff. And at a show like this, I will embellish the print with actual paint. So I put paint all over it, adding brushwork and texture and light and color, and then it makes it kind of like an original. So it's something awesome to take home from a show that's not just a print. It's actually a print that's been touched and worked on by the artist. And
it's absolutely amazing.
Thank you. So they're signed and numbered. They're all limited edition. I think I have 10 pieces licensed through Lucasfilm right now. You can find my work online. My hashtag Christopher Clark Art is my hashtag. Anything, all the social things, you'll find me.
Okay.
Well, you'll probably be having that go off in a minute or two.
Sweet.
Yes, we'll post. Definitely, it's so beautiful.
Any other questions?
This is all you, even the 6-foot-tall Vader
this
picture?
This wall here, yeah, that's actually, the print is 7 feet tall.
Wow.
The original is 8 feet tall.
Wow.
And that's, I actually had a 501st Legion Darth Vader come to my house and put on a costume. He had an assistant to don the whole costume. It took about a half an hour. And then we went out to my garage and did a whole photo shoot with lighting that I wanted, just so I can get that pose exactly right with the choke, coming at you with the lightsaber. And he had a lightsaber that just lit up the whole friggin' room. It's like it was an official, license, replica, whatever. And the battery only lasted 10 minutes because it was so bright.
Oh my gosh.
So we had to conserve it. I had to make sure we got in position and okay, turn the lightsaber on. Took some pictures, posed it, moved around. Okay, turn it off, save it, and then we'd move around. But it was stunning to have that thing on and it just put a red glow on. That red glow in the painting is actually what it looked like. It was fantastic.
Nice. It's so beautiful. Fun. And can you imagine we could put that in our stairwell?
Right. If anyone has that print, they are the coolest Star Wars fans in the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Having a life-size Darth Vader in your house, choking out your guests, when you come over, it's great.
I love it. I love it.
Did you take a picture of that?
I will.
Okay. Let's do that so we can put it in the show notes when he's talking about it.
Awesome. And then I have other new pieces. That Indiana Jones piece is called The Ark of the Covenant. That's
that looks like a photograph, or it looks like a poster.
It's kind of like my homage to the Drew Struzan movie poster work of the last 40 years. I've decided to do some movie posters. I did a Guardians of the Galaxy. I did this. That's going to be at my Marvel booth later this weekend.
Okay.
That's the Indiana Jones piece. I'm going to do all the indie movies. It's kind of like my version of it, where it's not like the movie poster with the name of the movie and the building block and all this stuff, and it's just imagery. It's like a fine art oil painting of the movie. So it's kind of like how I would do it, So anyway, that's the first one I've done, and it's been super successful. The original sold the first night we had it out at Star Wars Celebration in Orlando. Wow. So that was fun.
Wow.
So plan on seeing more of those. Once I get back, I'm going to start working on Temple of Doom. Should be fun.
How did you get into all of this?
Well, I've been painting since I was...
Because you're young.
As long as I can remember, I've identified as an artist. I used to watch Bob Ross on TV, and I used to get out my crayons, and I used to follow along with Bob Ross, and by drawing little trees while he's painting happy little trees on TV. That's how long I've been wanting to be an artist. And I've been doing it professionally, full-time, for 4 or 5 years. And then I've been licensed with Lucasfilm for almost 2 years. And the last, I'm probably one of their most prolific painters. I think I've licensed 10 pieces since I've actually been licensed with them, which most people do 2 a year, and I've done 10 in the last year, so that's pretty good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they're all gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's a lot of art.
That's all I do is paint.
I'm trying to think of how you can produce that much.
I paint 7 days a week, man.
Wow.
And when I have a day off, I paint my own stuff. I do, my own traditional fine art stuff. I consider myself trained as an impressionist oil painter. Mm-hmm. So I have a very classical academic style of painting that, people were doing hundreds of years ago. And I apply that to pop culture subjects of today. And it's a combination that apparently nobody else is doing because people really love my work. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm glad that worked out because that's how I paint. So,
All right.
So, what kind of advice do you have for young artists if they want to break into any kind of career? My daughter is actually an artist, and she's going to go to art school and all and everything. But she's kind of just taking the path that people are guiding her towards.
Sure. So I get that question a lot. How do I tell my kids what to do? They love art. Or young artists, how can I be successful in art? I want to do this as a career. What did you do? What can I do? And I've boiled it down to 4 things that will absolutely work. That will guarantee your success as an artist. But it's a lot of work. Ready? 4 things. First one is study. Study. Study technique, art history, painting theory and color theory and linear perspective and anatomy and everything. Take workshops, read books, study. The next one is produce. Paint a whole bunch of stuff all the time, every day. Draw, paint, constantly be making new work. So you have new stuff to put out there. It's practice, and it gets your work out there. Third one is promote your work. The internet, just proliferate the internet with your work. It's free. Get every social media website. Start an Etsy store. Start anything, Art Finder. Or, tell every gallery you can possibly think of. Just promote your work all the time. And the fourth thing is persist. Just keep doing all those 3 things forever, and you will eventually be successful. I swear to God, that's how it works. So
it makes sense.
It sounds so simple. It's a lot of work, but if you love it, then it's fun.
Right. It's still work, but it's work that you love.
Right. So that's why I called it SP3. It's some stupid that's like corporate marketing right there, right? It's study, produce, promote, and persist. Those 4 things, and you will be successful as an artist.
And I'm pretty sure that same rule applies to podcasting.
And this probably applies to anything you ever want to be good at in your life.
Sure.
But,
the first step is passion.
Right.
You got to have passion for it.
It's funny, I hear the word talent. I'm like, oh, you're so talented. I'm like, screw you, this is such hard work. Like, I don't mean that totally begrudgingly, but here's what I mean.
Work to get that talented.
Right, like nobody's born just being masterful at this. It's a lifetime of work. I think what talent really means is that before you're any good at it at all, you just love it and you have no idea why, and you want to keep doing it even though you're not very good at it. That's really the only gift you're ever given. I think that's what talent is. That's the 1% that is just always like the needle in your brain, like nagging you to do it. The other 99% is just sweat. So when someone says, "Oh, you're so talented," it's like almost like, "Oh, you just woke up one day and it must be so nice to be so talented." I'm like, you know what? Screw you. This was like a lifetime of work. So anyway, that's my
totally get it.
Thank you. She's gonna cherish that advice, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, this is all my advice to young people. Oh, and parents. My advice to parents, what can I do for my kids to help them be successful? Be supportive. That's like the umbrella concept that will cover everything. If you're just be supportive, all the minutia and the granular specifics will work themselves out. It's your attitude. That's all you need. Be supportive. Tell them, I love that you want to be an artist. I will help you. You can do whatever you want. Make sure they work at it. Just your support and that's what they need, and that will help them. The little tiny details, the classes that you'll find, the specific things, those will work out just fine. So,
gosh, thank you so much for talking to us. We're going to let you get back to your embellishing because it is beautiful work.
Thanks, man. So I'm Christopher Clark. Yeah. You can find me online, hashtag Christopher Clark Art, and you'll find all the social things, whatever you want, it'll find it. So, all right. Yeah. So thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.